your fat asses out of the Mexican restaurant, get your fat asses over to Cracker Barrel, because nobody wants to see your fucking smug ass, teeny weeny, pink arm, big gut around. Nobody wants to see that shit. No one.
What's up, YouTube? My name is Ralph, and welcome to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about that lovely lady we just saw, Miss Jennifer Welch. If you are unfamiliar with who that is, she is a lauded interior designer, reality TV star, and now hosts a podcast. Now, I didn't look super deep into the podcast, but it doesn't seem to generally be political, mostly lifestyle type stuff, designer type stuff, nothing too serious, just bougie, materialistic BS. She has, however, recently decided to make her feelings known about a certain group of voters within the nation. I think that you can probably guess who she's talking about, but let's go ahead and listen to the rest of what she had to say to get a little bit more context.
I've had it with white people that triple trumped, that have the nerve and the audacity to walk into a Mexican restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, an Indian restaurant, go to perhaps their gay hairdresser. I don't think you should be able to enjoy anything but Cracker Barrel.
All right, folks. It's hilarious listening to this rich white woman talk about audacity when she's audacious enough to speak for entire ethnic, racial demographics that she has nothing to fucking do with. This lady don't know shit about what it is to own a Mexican Chinese restaurant. This bitch don't know what it is to actually own a restaurant. She maybe is invested in restaurants. I don't know. I didn't look. But she doesn't know the day-to-day operation of a restaurant. Guarantee. Because if she did, she would realize, she would understand how small those profit margins are. And she would realize that what she was saying is that half the electorate shouldn't be allowed to patronize restaurants of ethnic origin. They all go out of fucking business. If that money weren't spent at those restaurants, they would go out of business. I live in a town of roughly 25,000 people. We have several, I'm not even sure how many Mexican restaurants. If Trump supporters weren't allowed to patronize those restaurants anymore, how long do you think that they stay in business? They'd all shut their doors within a year. Arrogance? Really? These people are insufferable.
This generation of immigrants that come over here and open up businesses earnestly, pay their taxes. You want to demonize them and call them rapists and felons and all this shit, when the felon is the teeny weeny mushroom cock piece of shit, Kankles
If they have a business, if they own a business, presumably they are in the tax system. They had to apply for licensing. They had to pass health inspections, all these things. Most of the people going through all of those governmental hoops to start a business are likely legal immigrants. So no, it is not them that are being targeted by Trump. Those aren't the people being called rapists. Those aren't the people being called criminals. But this woman cannot separate people within a single racial group because she is herself a racist. And she will hide that behind righteousness, behind generosity to those people of minority groups. The reality is that she is not generous out of the kindness of her heart. She is generous out of a sense of superiority. And that is the case with most of these well-educated white liberals. They don't take care of, or they don't extend their hand in helpfulness to minority groups because they have a genuine need to help others. They extend this hand of help because they see minorities as beneath them, um, almost akin to a pet. Um, and it's disgusting. And these people will never admit it, but they are the ones that cannot separate race from ideology, belief, perspective. This woman doesn't care about minorities. This woman cares about power. And how she aims to attain that power is through righteousness, false righteousness. Because this woman is sitting here talking about, being a part of the tolerant, accepting left, while in a minute and 24 seconds diving into body shaming of half of the electorate. What? All you have to do is listen to the words that these people speak to know that they're liars. Their behavior and their spoken word are complete contradictions, always paradoxical to one another. They preach body positivity and against body shaming. They preach acceptance while simultaneously picking at the lowest hanging fruit to try and attack Republicans based off of physical features, as if those that voted for Trump were a monolith that all look the same, which is absolutely absurd when you consider anyone can spot a leftist. You see a overweight chick with blue hair and 10 gauge in her septum, 99.9%, she voted for Kamala. It's not the right that wears a uniform. It is the left. They have multiple uniforms, but nonetheless uniforms. They have their rich, white, educated, upper class here to defend the poor, incapable minority. That's her. And then you've got the resistance. And we all know those are the black-clad, masked, dyed-haired, overweight women, super scrawny dudes in Antifa or BLM. That's it. These are their politicians, and the black-clad youths are their enforcement wing. And we all know that. It is inherently racist to act as if being the owner of a minority owned business somehow puts you in the same ideological camp as her and the left. They are the ones that will most immediately make assumptions upon your past, upon your history story, whatever you want to call it, based on your race. These are the people that'll, meet a black guy and immediately be like, "Oh, you like Kendrick?" And a black cat looking at him like, "I don't even listen to rap music." That's racist. And then beyond that, they want to talk about tolerance while making all these ad hominem attacks on perceived physical features or her ideal physique of a Trump voter. All the while preaching body positivity and acceptance. We all know this is fake. Everything that they say they believe in, or rather stand against, they themselves engage in. And then beyond that, just to be petty, all that shit talking about fat, blah, 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 whatever she said about Trump supporters. Look at this lady's nose. This woman has gotten so much work on her face that she's like treading into uncanny valley territory. Like, this woman looks like a fucking creature at this point. She looked like Michael Jackson's mom or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, who does this to their face and thinks this is a good idea and then has the audacity to get on the internet and talk shit about other people's physical features? That's a fucking leftist for you right there.
taco tits at the top of the ticket. I have fucking had it from top to bottom.
Taco tits. Sorry.
White people that triple Trump should be banned, boycotted from enjoying the best thing that America has to offer, which is multiculturalism. Get your fat asses out of the Mexican restaurant. Get your fat asses over to Cracker Barrel, because no.
So her plan to fix the nation is to separate the nation. You see what I'm saying? Nothing that these people says make any fucking sense. Multiculturalism is the best thing our country has. So we should stop half the country from engaging in it. What?
Nobody wants to see your fucking smug ass, teeny weeny, pink arm, big gut.
Does this woman not sound smug as fuck right now?
Around. Nobody wants to see that shit. No one.
All right, so there you have Jennifer Welch crashing the fuck out online because her side lost and continues to lose. And that's what it all comes down to. I wouldn't be surprised if by next summer we had riots again. Cities were burning again. The calls for violence and action are growing amongst the left. Um, it may be that too many of them are too tired to engage anymore, so we may avoid that. It may be that enough former leftists have finally woken up to the constant lies that is told to their face, served on them day in and day out. But on the other hand, I could be totally wrong, and maybe our cities will be burning again by June. Only time will tell. That's all for today. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know if I can do anything better. I'm still getting things figured out with the whole computer shits. Um, but yeah, you guys have a nice day. Later, Gators.